Happy, tasty Tuesday, everyone. I am Michelle with Fun and Key West, and I am so glad that you are joining us today. Key West is not just sunsets and nightlife, it's also a coffee lover's tropical paradise. And I happen to be one of them. I absolutely love coffee. And today we are all about the best coffee shops in Key West. And I'm going to teach you how to order coffee in Key West, Cuban coffee. Because trust me, I had to figure it out myself. It was one of those things where I'm standing in line and I'm like, what are they ordering? What is this? When we first started going down to Key West, it was one of those, it was a different type of coffee because Cuban's different than Italian coffee. So when you go to your traditional coffee shops in back home, Starbucks and all of those, they're leaning more towards those Italian style coffees, your lattes and your espressos. And you come to Key West and it's more on the Cuban side. And so it was a totally different way to order coffee. But we're going to talk about that. You're going to find that Cuban influence just about every coffee shop you walk into. You are going to have your standard coffees, your drips, your Americanos, your cafe lattes, and your macchiato type drinks, your frozen drinks. You're going to have those options in a lot of the coffee shops that you're going to check out in Key West. But a lot of them lean more towards that Cuban influence. I thought that a cafe con leche was basically coffee and milk. But when the person behind the counter, when I first ordered it, was like, how many did you want? One, two, three? And I'm like, shots of espresso? That infers how many sugars do you want? So I started asking a lot of questions. And here's the thing. People are not upset if you ask questions. If you don't know, you don't know. And if you want to learn how to order now, if there's a huge line behind you, be cognizant of that. Ask people as you're standing in line, hey, I'm new to this. What does this all mean? How do I order? And I think that will help you out. But that's what we ended up doing is I started asking people, and then I asked the barista behind the counter and said, okay, I like my coffees like this. How should I order them? And I have settled on that I order my cafe con leches with 2, meaning 2 sugars. But it's an interesting way that you're going to learn how to order the coffee into your taste style. If you like them sweeter, obviously you're going to add more sugar. If you like them less sweet, it's going to be less sugar. So I thought I'd walk through some of those different types of drinks you're going to see on the menu, so that you're a little bit more aware of what they offer. So a cafe con leche is espresso, and it has steamed milk in it. So a little bit like a latte, but it's going to have espresso with steamed milk and sweetener. So that sweetener is going to be your sugars. And it's not going to be like more sweet, less sweet. You're going to tell them how many sugars you want. And like I said, I order mine with 2. You're going to have a cafe cubano, which is basically a Cuban espresso. But unlike Italian espresso, this one's sweetened. It's a sweetened espresso shot. It's usually whipped, so it usually has that crema on top, like you see in a normal espresso, but it's going to be a little more whipped, and it's going to have more sweetness to it. And it's usually served in a little demi-tasse glass, a little cup. You have what's called a colada, and that's multiple sweet espresso shots. So it's in multiple cubanos. And so it comes in a larger cup so that it's meant to share. And usually you get the larger cup with little ones around it so that you can share those. You have a cortadito, which is espresso cut with a little bit of milk. It's still strong and sweet, but you've got a little bit of cream in there to cut that. You also have a bucci, which is a tiny, quick Cuban espresso shot. It's like a Cubano, but it's served in a very small portion, often served in a plastic cup. So if you go to one of those walk-up places in Key West, you're going to see them in there with these little tiny cups, and that's usually a bucci. The way I look at it is a colada is multiple buccis and you just sharing it. But you're going to see those a lot like over at Five Brothers and Sandy's. But let's run through some of those places that you're going to want to experience and add to your list. Always top on my list is Cuban Coffee Queen. There are 3 locations. If you head over to the waterfront location, they have that iconic mural so that you can get your selfie with your coffee. And I have mine this morning. So you're able to grab your coffee, grab one of their breakfast sandwiches. Here's what I always say. The breakfast sandwich is big enough to share. I just don't share my coffee. So the Hubs comes with me. We usually get a Key Wester. We split the sandwich and then I have my own coffee. If you are not looking to do something that's mostly in Old Town and you're going to walk a little bit more out, Sandy's is iconic. Sandy's opens around 5 a.m. It's iconic. You're going to see the laundromat there. They have the guava pastries. They have the Cuban food. But you walk up there and they have a walk-up window. So if you're heading out of town to do some exploring or heading up the Keys to head home, Sandy's is your early morning stop for that Cuban coffee fix. You also have the Keys Coffee Company. They offer a great cold brew, and I think they still have that iced coconut breve that you can latch onto. That is a really yummy place to go check out. You have the Funky Rooster Coffee House and Wine Bar. This is over on Caroline Street. Best of both worlds. In the morning, you can go in and have your coffee fix. You can grab your pastries, your breakfast sandwiches, all of that. And in the afternoon and evening, it's a wine bar. Of course, if you're still a person like me who drinks coffee all day, it still offers that coffee vibe. But it's just a nice little place to go check out. Old Town Bakery. Oh, I'm talking. The pastries there are amazing. You're going to walk in and you're going to want one of everything behind the case. Grab a cup of coffee, grab a pastry to go, and then go find a wonderful place to sit and enjoy that breakfast or that snack. Of course, this is always on everybody's list, is Glazed Donuts that serves red buoy coffee. You walk by there, you can see the coffee. They're open most days of the week, but they're not open all day. So be sure to take note of that. The Red Buoy coffee is theirs. They brew it there. Several locations, several restaurants in town do serve Red Buoy coffee. It's a very nice, smooth coffee. I like that. You're not going to get the Cuban influence there. It's more of a regular coffee house. But you have those amazing glazed donuts that are yay big, made fresh every day. They're open until they sell out of donuts. The maple glazed bacon ones are one of my favorites. But of course, I just love the simple glazed donut. Those are wonderful as well. And then when they come out and they're still warm, oh, don't get me started. If you're looking for a grocery store just to head over that has that Cuban influence and you want to grab a Cuban sandwich to have as a picnic if you're going over to Fort Zac, check out Five Brothers. It's a local favorite Cuban grocery shop. They have those wonderful sandwiches that they make there, but you're going to get that authentic Cuban coffee that you're craving. And of course, Coffee House over on Green Street. It's got a funky vibe in there, an eclectic menu, a lot of vegan and vegetarian options over there, a lot of healthy options. To offset all of that fun you're having on Duval, it might make you feel a little less guilty, let's say, of all the fun that you're having. But that's a great place as well. If you're looking for some different places to check out and it's about the coffee, but not about the coffee, be sure to check out Banana Café on Duval Street. You go in, they have the crepes, the French influence. You're going to get that French texture, and I guess coffee doesn't have a texture, does it? But you're going to get that French influence on the coffee, and you're going to be able to sit there in the morning. They're open early. I think they're still open around 7 a.m.-ish. But you're going to be able to check them out, have breakfast. A lot of times there's seats available right there along the window, and it's a great place to people watch and enjoy your morning coffee. Mary Elizabeth is saying hi on the comments. Hi, Mary. I hope you are doing wonderful today. If you want to head out to another local favorite, head out start heading out of town and go to Baby's Coffee. This place is iconic. One of my bucket list items things to do is bring our bikes in and then bike from Key West out to Baby's, have coffee, and bike back. Be about, I don't know, 30-ish miles round trip. But to me, that would just be so much fun. And just one of those things to check off that bucket list and say, oh, I did that. That sounds like a lot of fun. When you're walking up to a lot of these places, you've also got Anna's Cafe, which is down on the southern end. And what I like about Anna's is there is a board there that they show that shows all the different kinds of coffee and how they're made and what to expect. So if you don't remember all of the lingo and you're not having the ability to look it up on your phone, they have a cheat sheet there up on the wall. But a lot of these places offer walk-up windows, and they're ultra friendly on helping you order a coffee that you're really going to enjoy and that highlights and really shows off their skills in making coffee. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Cuban coffee, in essence, is strong and sweet. Don't be afraid to ask for it less sweet or more sweet. I have to tell you though, when I order it the way that the house likes to make it, which is usually sweet, it's a little on the sweet side for me, but you never know until you try it, right? So don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to try something new. And here's the other half. If you don't like it, that's okay. There are so many other options on that coffee menu that you can try and explore. It's just like going to Starbucks, right? Not everything on that menu is made for everybody. I have my go-to order when I go to Starbucks. If you're looking for more of a chain option, obviously you've got Starbucks and all that, but Black Rifle Coffee is also on Duval. It's down towards the southern end of Duval, and you can go in there, and they sell these canned energy drinks in there. You can get them in a lot of places around the country, but that's a really nice to-go thing to grab out of the cooler and take with you. But Black Rifle offers some really unique coffee that is a little unique to their location there in Key West. Black Rifle coffee is also available most of the country. I'm not sure about the West Coast, but it is usually available on the East Coast. And so if that's something that you enjoy or you want to try, there is a Black Rifle in Key West. Did I capture your go-to place for your morning coffee? If I didn't, put it in the comments. Say, hey, Michelle, you missed this one. This is my favorite, and this is what I order. I always want to know how you guys order your coffee because I might want to try it that way. Let me know where you go and what kind of coffee you order because everybody wants to share and learn and figure out what you all are doing. And if you've tried a bucci or you've tried a colada or shared that, or you order your cafe con leche, how do you order it? Hot or cold, iced? And that's the other thing I didn't mention before. Cuban Coffee Queen and a lot of other places offer ice cubes that are made out of coffee. So as you're wandering around Key West in the heat, as it melts, the ice doesn't dilute your coffee drink. Be sure to check that out. Ask them. Don't be afraid to ask. Hey, do you have coffee cubes of ice or are you using water ice? In the end, it doesn't matter because you're going to drink it and enjoy it. But sometimes they do offer that. Head over to FunInKeyWest.com. Over there, you are going to find lots of guides on where to eat and other things to check out. You can sign up for our happy hour list, which puts you on our newsletter, gets you in the know of what's happening with Fun in Key West and in Key West. Plus, you can sign up for our free book club over there. We have a new book every month. Our new one is going to be announced very, very soon. So check out the tab at the top of the website. It says book club, and that will let you know all of the books that we have read so far and gives you a sneak peek of what we're reading each month. But if you want part of the fun, join the club, become part of our private Facebook group, and be part of that conversation. It's so much fun. I love being able to share some of the places in Key West that you should try, have tried, and we all love. And like I said, if I missed your favorite, it wasn't on purpose. Just let me know. send me a DM, put it in the comments, and then we will add it to our guide. You guys have a great tasty Tuesday. Let me know what you're drinking today. What is your go-to coffee drink today? Today I am enjoying a iced coffee with a little bit of vanilla syrup in it, sugar-free. And so that is my go-to as I head out the door. You guys have a great one, and we will talk to you later.